Now we're cooking with gas. Okay. All right. This will probably be a short one right now. So the winter storm event has begun. Officially begun. It's chilly out. It's below freezing. I don't know the exact temperature. I'd guess it's probably about 20 right now. It's cold, but it's not horrible. We might be getting an ice storm today, tonight, tomorrow. I'm not sure, but at least the temperature forecast is for it's not going to get above freezing for like a week at least. Maybe it will just peak above freezing for a couple hours. It'll get up to 34 degrees or something for a couple hours or something, according to the forecast. So, I bought some electric stock tank de-icers that I have to deploy today for the two groups of sheep that are here and two that are on other properties down the road, and of course also for our chickens and ducks. I got a good deal on these tank de-icers, but they're not the way I'm going to use them is not exactly how you're supposed to use them. I don't know if that's going to present a problem. I have to rig them up a little bit. Got to do some rigging to be able to use them. But that is going to be, I would say today, that and cutting some more firewood are going to be the main priorities to get us through this. That's going to be the name of the game. And, something real nice that happened was, so some friends of ours down the road where we have one of our groups of animals grazing on their pasture. They're really super nice people. We've gotten to know them over the past year. 2-3 days ago, they sent out a group text to about seven or eight different phone numbers. Mine was one of them. None of the other numbers were in my contacts. I don't know the other people, but they're all people who are around nearby, near within, a 2-mile radius probably. And they just said, hey, storm is coming, good luck or whatever. I actually forget what the initial message said. But kind of like, we're here for you, that kind of thing. And I wrote back yesterday and said, I don't know who all's on this list, but I'm Josh, on this part of the road down here. And, if things get rough, please reach out. I'll try to help out however I can. And that seemed to be appreciated. So maybe, if I was just thinking, if it turns out that the storm is bad and there's a long power outage and things get really challenging, then these people down the street had already, a few days in advance, texted a bunch of people and put people in contact. And we have like a little mutual aid group potentially, already sort of formed. So I was like, that's pretty cool. Good way to meet people, good way to meet your neighbors, when there's some calamity. You have to come together and help each other out. So that's pretty cool. Hey, Mr. Peril, you want to say hi to the YouTubes? Come here. Oh, he's being shy right now. The other thing another solution I'm gonna have to come up with is I'll say this about ducklings. Ducklings grow really fast. And they're about to outgrow the brooder that I made in my office. They're about to outgrow that. Like I knew they would. Obviously, eventually they're going to outgrow it, but it's been like 10 days. And I'm like, all right, they're getting pretty big, fast. I felt like I had to go off for a job yesterday, so I took care of all the chores and everything early in the morning. Got Elijah dropped off, went to the job all day, came back in the evening, and I'm doing the chores again. So whatever, 12, 14 hours later, and I'm like, I feel like the ducks look bigger from this morning to this evening. And then they wake me up sometimes through the night. They all become active all at the same time, and they go around and they're looking for food. And I can tell when their water things are empty because their beaks just go tick 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 on the plastic of the drinkers. And they raise a real commotion for a little while, and then they all settle down. And it was during one of these times where I kept hearing one of them cheep 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 cheep, kind of cheep cheep, kind of high pitched sound, and it just sounded a little different. And it was like I could pick out one duck out of all of them making a commotion. And I got up and I looked over there, and he had gotten out somehow, flipped himself out of the brooder and was quacking around on the floor. So I was like, okay, it has begun. So to be honest, I think what's going to have to happen, because it's going to be too cold. They're too small to go outside. They'll die. I wouldn't be able to keep them warm enough, I don't think. So they're going to have to stay in the house. But I think what we're going to have to do is like what we've done in the past. If we had ducklings or injured ducks or something like that, and we're going to have to put the gate across the shower. We have one of the shower. It's not like a tub. It's like a walk-in just a tiled area. And I think what we're going to have to do is put them in there and have them in there for probably a week or maybe more. And then I'm going to build a bigger, really well insulated outdoor brooder and transfer them when they're a little bit bigger than they are now. Mr. Peril. All right, internet people, say hi to Mr. Peril. Here he is. Hi. Meow, 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 meow. Just purring away. Yeah. All right. I've been voluntold to make French toast this morning. I was told yesterday, in no uncertain terms, that I would be making French toast for breakfast this morning. So I got to go do that. And then today it's going to be get these stock tank de-icers rigged up, hopefully working. It's always sketchy to me throwing something electrical into a tub of water. So we'll see. Hopefully I won't get electrocuted. Hopefully the sheep won't get electrocuted either. Hopefully it'll actually work and it'll melt the water, and hopefully it won't just blow all our circuit breakers. Yeah, there's a lot of things that could potentially go wrong. So anyway, really, I would say wish us luck, say a prayer for us and wish us luck. We'll definitely do that today because I'm throwing electrical devices into water in the cold. So a lot of ways that could blow up in my face, I imagine. Anyway, morning coffee on the farm every day around sunrise, local time. Live stream. If you missed the live stream, catch it later in the day and turn on the notifications. It lets you know we're live. It's a little different time every day. But anyway, day one of this winter storm event, which I've heard, how bad is it going to be? I've heard everything from essentially cold ice Helene, like Hurricane Helene, but ice and snow, or just ice, all the way to nothing burger. So it may end up being a nothing burger. It may just be cold. If we have an extended power outage, that's going to be a challenge. That's a real vulnerability. It's a vulnerability for most people, but it's a vulnerability for us. We have backup, but it's an issue. Anyway, again, wish us luck, especially today, and tune in tomorrow to see what happened. JK out.